We are Belco. We never stop. We never sleep. Together, we power Bermuda. We are not just employees. We are a family of 257 people who are experts in our field. We are mentors, ensuring the next generation of experts. We use fuel to generate electrical energy. We generate power by operating and running 17 generators. We work through the night to start your mornings and on holidays to power your celebrations. We monitor generators 24/7 to ensure an uninterrupted energy supply. We manage all of Bermuda's electricity and our operations center is always running. We transmit your energy from Belco to 34 substations across Bermuda and direct to your homes and businesses through overhead wires. We keep Belco moving. Our mechanical and electrical engineers work above, below, and all around to keep you switched on. We protect our team and work every day for a safer environment. We constantly work to conserve Bermuda. We support Bermuda, our Bermuda. Above all, we serve you. We are Belco.
Live from Bermuda Broadcasting, this is ZBM TV9 News.
You're watching Bermuda Broadcasting News. It's Monday, May the 14th. I'm Diane Brewer, and thank you for joining us tonight. Anyone who has ever owned a small or medium-sized business knows how hard it can be to access cash, not just to get the venture off the ground, but also to keep it going. With that in mind, the Bermuda Economic Development Corporation launched 2 new financial products today, which it hopes will ease some of the pain. Tony Waterman takes a look.
Being a small or medium-sized business owner isn't for the faint of heart. Besides the long hours, deadlines, and tending to unhappy customers, there's the constant gnaw of often inadequate cash flow.
We think that there are hundreds of businesses out there that are struggling right now.
There are no exact stats on how many small businesses go belly up each year in Bermuda. But in the U.S. and U.K., around 50% of all small businesses fail in the first 5 years. Cash flow tends to be the problem. To help keep the spigots open, the BEDC has launched 2 new financial products.
For a lot of entrepreneurs, the ability to gain access to capital has stopped them from achieving their dreams.
The BEDC has increased the size of its loan guarantee to 65% from 50%. It's capped at $200,000. This could help small and medium-sized businesses narrow the gap between collateral and bank financing, making it easier for them to get their hands on cash.
Right now, the financial institutions are looking for 100% security, sometimes even 110%. And so it really becomes a challenge with regard to new startups as well as existing businesses moving to get finance and to move their business forward.
The second initiative is a debt consolidation microloan, which allows struggling businesses to consolidate debt up to $20,000, then pay it off with a new loan from the corporation. This can reduce carrying costs, free up money, and rebuild credit. But it comes with risk, especially as interest rates creep higher, making it more difficult for firms to service their debt.
As long as we're working hand in hand with the clients and the businesses, we're doing a really great analysis of their processes, their products, their services, and they have an active repayment plan. We believe that this product could help them to move from that challenging position through to success.
The 2 products could also lend support to the government's virtual currency ambitions by taking on the risk some financial institutions may be unwilling to shoulder.
In the past, when we've introduced new industries, the local market sometimes has lagged behind. What we want to do is on the ground floor, have our business community understand where they can have opportunities.
A task that gets easier to achieve when cash becomes less of a worry. Tony Waterman for Bermuda Broadcasting News.
In other news, there's new hope for able-bodied retirees and individuals made redundant with the Employee Assistant Program announcing a strategic alliance with partners Olderhood Bermuda and Elevate Executive Selection. They'll create a one-stop shop for career transition, guidance, and support. As Gary Moreno tells us, it's all an attempt to provide a much-needed service to the community in these still precarious economic times.
For many people, being made redundant or sent home at the age of retirement while still productive can have a significant impact not only on their finances, but also on their mental well-being. But now the Employment Assistance Program has formed a strategic alliance with Olderhood Bermuda and Elevate Executive Selection to create something of a one-stop shop for career transition, guidance and support. The aim is to soften the blow of redundancy and alert retirees to fresh opportunities, thereby improving overall well-being. So says Doris DaCosta, Executive Director of the EAP.
Many of these people are going through a lot of transitions. So I said, wow, you know, when Olderhood Group approached me, they had the services that could really meet those needs. So that's one of the reasons why I said this would be a great fit for the EAP. But it really entails giving people tools to be able to move to the next level or career level or retirement level. It gives them tools to be able to, you know, do those types of things and you know, have a great life, so to speak. And then on the other spectrum, maybe those that are still working who may need some advice around where do I want to go next in my life? What would that look like? Who can I go to help me with that? That is also part of a piece of it. And then also there's the piece of people who have been made redundant through their companies. How do you help those type of people? What types of services do they need? How can we best meet those needs, not only for the company, but for the employee also?
Robin Trimmingham says Olderhood Bermuda provides life transitioning services not only to retirees, but also to individuals seeking change in careers or who might be considering their employment options. The new initiative, she explains, will prove invaluable since for too long those impacted by job loss or being made to retire have had to deal with these situations alone. What's more, Olderhood uses a combined scientific and common sense approach to assist with a transition covering everything from resume writing and electronic applications to boosting self-confidence.
We actually have a tool that lets you record the sound of your own voice answering standard interview questions. Then you get to play it back and hear how you answered. Did you sound nervous? Did you answer the question? Did you sound like you knew what you were talking about? By doing that, people get better at interviewing. They get over the terrible nervousness associated with applying for a job. And when they actually get an interview, they do better. Gives them a much better chance of actually getting the job that they want. It even includes a section on how to negotiate an offer.
However, Sylvia Jones of Elevate Executive Selection Bermuda, the third pillar of this plan, says success depends largely on the individual and how best they use the skills, training and services made available.
We're seeing a lot of people in Bermuda looking at what can they not just do what's next, but what's different for them. What are the new possibilities out there? And in looking at that, they have to really start with a self-assessment and determine, right, where are my skill sets, where am I best right now, and what are the gaps in that? And then using some of these tools, actually looking at, well, how do I address the needs that I have now to make myself more relevant to today's employment situation?
The service is also meant to help companies as they too seek to cope with redundancies, retirements and the like by providing the ability for them to aid in the transition process. Gary Moreno, reporting for the Bermuda Broadcasting News.
Thanks, Gary. We'll have more for you after this short break, including the arrival of virtual protest on the island and the latest weather forecast. Stay with us.
My biggest fear in this world was losing an arm, a leg, my eyesight. I was taking insulin injections. I was also taking lisinopril and a series of other medications.
There are many medications that patients are on that are very helpful. If you're able to lower the blood sugar through lifestyle, decrease in sugar intake, increase activity, you don't need those medications anymore.
Whereas before, we thought if you have type 2 diabetes, you've got it for the rest of your life. We now understand that it can be reversed.
People are saying, oh, gosh, Miss Weight, you look like you lost weight. What are you doing? and you just tell them you're doing the diabetes reversal program. Dr. James looked at me and he said, Sister, wait, look at you. And I said, Doc, I got my sexy back. I said, Doc, you know what? I can truly say that you saved my life.
I invite you to take the first step on the journey of the Diabetes Reversal Program here at the Premier Health and Wellness Center.
Here it comes! The most exciting event of 2018, when the Oracle Boat Shed and Dockyard is the place to be. Sunday, May 27th, with the chance to come on down and play The Price is Right for fabulous prizes. Featuring the famous signature Four Ways Brunch with jazz music provided by the unit at either 11:30 or 2 p.m. with The Price is Right immediately after each seating, hosted by Mike Bishop. Proceeds will benefit Friends of Hospice, a charity supporting Agape House. Tickets of $150 per person will include your Four Ways Brunch, first mimosa, seat at The Price is Right, and one chance to win a luxury Mercedes-Benz GLA car, courtesy of Prestige Autos Limited. Book online at ptix.bm. But hurry, as seating is limited. Sponsored in part by Martini, Wedco, American Airlines, and Bermuda Blueprinting. We look forward to asking you to come on down. This is a Planning Factory Bermuda and Sound Concepts production.
Welcome back. The Bermuda Environmental and Sustainability Task Force, BEST, is organizing a virtual march against Monsanto. It's part of a global campaign against the American agricultural company. It's long been the target of protest over its production of chemicals and genetically modified products. But is an online campaign the optimum way to organize? Hal Davis reports.
This is the sort of protest most people associate with BEST, demonstrators with signs getting their point across. But this Saturday, we'll see a completely different type of activism, online only. The environmental activists will stage a virtual march against Monsanto, the huge agribusiness. You sign on to the BEST Facebook page and register your support. Kim Smith is the head of the charity.
Is really symbolic, I would say. So you would join, that you're going to join the event. So there's no actual march, but hopefully it'll show levels of interest in Bermuda to the issues that we might be able to, use and turn to in the future. Just to give an indication, but it is symbolic, really.
The action is Bermuda's contribution to global protest against Monsanto and its sale of controversial chemicals like the herbicide Roundup and genetically modified products like seeds. The company says its offerings are safe and carefully tested. Glyphosate, one of the key ingredients in Roundup, is particularly controversial, but the company says it's harmless to humans.
Glyphosate-based products were introduced in the 70s and became popular with farmers for the wide variety of weeds they help control and their history of safe use. In fact, in addition to the US EPA, regulatory agencies in more than 160 countries have approved glyphosate-based products.
Those claims haven't stopped Roundup being banned in several European countries, including the Netherlands and France, where it's considered harmful to people. Though it's widely available in Bermuda, even at hardware stores. But can a virtual protest on its own work? Zeynep Tufekci, a Turkish writer and veteran political organizer, is sceptical, saying in a recent TED Talk that online activism cannot replace old-fashioned organizing.
What we're doing is taking the fast routes and not replacing the benefits of the slower work. Because you see, the kind of work that went into organizing all those daunting, tedious logistical tasks did not just take care of those tasks. They also created the kind of organization that could think together, collectively make hard decisions together, create consensus and innovate, and maybe even more crucially, keep going together through differences.
So, a word of warning to groups like BEST then. Online work has its place, but using the virtual sphere to replace grassroots organisation might not get the best results. Howell Davis, Bermuda Broadcasting News.
In other news, Jamaica's Consul General to New York, Ms. Trudy Deans, made her first official visit to Bermuda today. She was welcomed by Acting Premier Walter Rabban during a courtesy call on the Cabinet Office. The two discussed trade, environmental, energy, and cultural issues apart from her duties in the United States. Ms. Dean is also responsible for the honorary Jamaican consulate in Bermuda and other consulates in the eastern states of North America. It's the first official visit of a Jamaican consul general to the island in 15 years. And turning to weather news, another beautiful sunshiny day today. Will it continue into the rest of the week? Let's get our forecast from AccuWeather.
AccuWeather is presented by BF&M Insurance Group. We now go to AccuWeather headquarters.
The BF&M Insurance Group is pleased to bring you tonight's AccuWeather forecast. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brittany Boyer, and hopefully you had a great weekend. To all the moms out there, hopefully you had a great Mother's Day. Some beautiful weather here across the island. We don't really have any major disturbances, even though you can see a little bit of rainfall off to our north. High pressure is actually going to keep things nice and quiet. Now, if you're going to be doing some traveling where it's not going to be nice and quiet, look at Florida right now. There is a little system that we're watching right now that does have the potential of development, but at this point it's just bringing some heavy tropical downpours down there in the Sunshine State, and that is not going to have any impact on our weather. Relatively quiet pattern for the next couple of days, so if you still have to take mom out for dinner, you didn't do so yesterday, you have some nice weather here tonight and also into Tuesday, Wednesday, really right through the weekend. So looking at our radar right now, really, it's been a beautiful afternoon here. Our water vapor showing lots of dry air over the island, and that's exactly what's going to be the pattern here through the end of the week. So we look at our futurecast, and winds are going to continue to stay out of the south and west, so temperatures next couple of days pretty comfortable for this time of the year. And you can see high pressure kind of right over us. So again, no major disturbances with that nice bubble of high pressure. So hopefully you're enjoying your Monday evening. Temperatures right now are in the mid-70s. Winds are coming in out of the south and west, very light. We don't have any issues out there on the water. You can see that waves inside the reef are calm to 1 foot, so can't complain about that. Waves outside of the reef between 2 and 3 feet, so no issues there. And no issues with our forecast for tonight. 71 degrees will be the low temperature, mostly clear skies after a very nice start to the work week. And even here with our tidal forecast, we don't have any marine alerts out there, so you're in good shape if you're visiting the island here this week. Our high tide is coming in at 8:51, low tide for Tuesday just after 3 a.m. So another great day on Tuesday. Temperatures will be in the upper 70s, plenty of sunshine. A nice day to get outside and enjoy it. Not so nice as we get into our travel forecast. That disturbance that's out toward Florida is going to be streaming more tropical downpours. So you can notice Atlanta looking at showers and thunderstorms. Miami also quite stormy. And in the northeast, there's also going to be the threat for some severe thunderstorms. New York City and also Boston. Temperatures, though, staying in the 70s. Taking a look at what's going on in Jamaica, Barbados, and also Trinidad. It's steamy outside with some showers and storms around, and we're not going to see that this week. Here's your extended forecast. It is a beautiful week here across the island, so again, if you're here visiting, really take the time to get outside and explore. We'll stay in the upper 70s, nighttime lows nice and mild in the low 70s.
AccuWeather was presented by BF&M Insurance Group.
I was diagnosed with illness. Very frightening because my son had just turned 1 and it was a cancer. So I'm young, new baby, and I needed to get the care that I knew would be definitive so that I wanted to be around for him for a very long time. I got in contact with BF&M, and BF&M was able to commit at that time to doing at least 50%, so we were comfortable, okay, well, we're gonna go. We got off the plane actually the day of the procedure, and on my way to the limo, my case manager called and she says, "Kiana, we got it, you're covered at 100%. And I cried all the way to the office because I was just so happy. The BF&M difference is that I really felt that the case manager really was concerned about my overall care, and because of that I really appreciated them. I think that personal care, that willingness to listen, and then to work until they were able to get it so that I could get full coverage really made the difference for me.
I got these for seasickness last week, and they're terrible.
That's strange.
I know. I put one behind each ear like you're supposed to, and nothing happened.
These are tablets. You're meant to take them with water.
I got this pump for my asthma. Hasn't changed anything.
Show me how you're using it. It's an inhaler. You're meant to breathe it in.
Well, this toothpaste? Definitely off.
It's a hemorrhoid cream.
Well, that explains why my gums are shrinking.
This is Rick Blomquist of De Pere, Wisconsin. His life is pretty comfortable. He lives in a comfy home, wears comfortable shoes. He even has a comfortable job. Rick Blomquist thought he had comfort all figured out. But then he laid on a Certa and realized his life was only just sorta comfortable. The new Certa iComfort Hybrid Mattress. Not just sorta comfortable, Certa comfortable.
Feel the difference a good night's sleep can make. Exclusively available at Dreams, Bermuda's only mattress gallery.
Welcome back. A stabbing early Sunday morning left a 34-year-old Warwick man injured. He was hurt in a disturbance outside the Vasco da Gama Club on Reed Street in Hamilton. It's reported that an event was taking place inside the venue when an altercation broke out. That spilled out into Reed Street. The injured man made his own way to the hospital where he was treated for his injuries and later discharged. And later on Sunday, detectives arrested a 27-year-old man following the stabbing of two men at Woody's restaurant in Sands Parish on Sunday night. The two injured men, a 47-year-old and a 45-year-old, both also from Sandy's, were treated at the hospital for their wounds and later discharged. Police say they are looking for a second suspect, and stress inquiries into both incidents are continuing. Any witnesses with any information are asked to contact the Criminal Investigation Department on 247-1744 or, of course, the independent and anonymous Crime Stoppers hotline at 800-8477. Turning to sports, another triumph for Flora Duffy in Japan. That's in contrast to the under-19s who faced West Ham's youngsters in the Bermuda Invitational Football Festival. Irma Basin has those stories and much more in tonight's Sports Report.
Despite late-inning heroics from Gennaro Tucker and Kamal Levrock, Bermuda were relegated to Division 5 following their final ICC Division 4 match against Malaysia yesterday, going down by 89 runs. Malaysia won the toss and elected to bat, and they would score 257 for 8 in their allotted 50 overs. Gennaro Tucker was the pick of the Bermuda bowlers with 10 overs, 3 for 34, while Corey Smith bowled 7 overs, 1 maiden, 3 for 42. In reply, Bermuda fell 89 runs short of their target. They would recover from 37 for 6 when former captain Tucker and Kamal Levrock put on a 97-run 7th-wicket partnership. Levrock was the team's top scorer with 61 from 111 bowls. He had 2 fours and 5 sixes. Tucker added 55 off of 81. He hit 3 fours and 3 sixes. Turning to local cricket over the weekend, yesterday Cleveland County won by 8 wickets over PHC. PHC were bowled out for 89, with Cleveland County scoring 90 for 2. St. David's Cricket Club picked up a 7-wicket victory over St. George's Cricket Club. St. George's were bowled out for 199, with St. David's scoring 200 for 3. Southampton Rangers picked up a 5-wicket victory over Bailey's Bay at the Seabreeze Oval. Bailey's Bay were bowled out for 153, with Southampton Rangers scoring 155 for 5. On Saturday, PHC won by 6 wickets over Flats Victoria at Lloyd's and St. David's. Flats scored 196, with PHC scoring 202 for 4. Somerset Bridge won by 7 wickets over Cleveland County at the Whitehill Field. Cleveland County were all out for 61, with Somerset Bridge scoring 63 for 3. The Schroeder Spring Long Course Swimming Championships came to an end at the National Sports Center yesterday. In the 13-14 girls 50-meter backstroke A final, it was won by Logan Watson-Brown, who touched the wall in a time of 33.84. Jaden Judd was second in 35.88, and Taylor Horan was third in a time of 37.75. Shannon Hassel won the girls 15 and over 50-meter backstroke A final, clocking a winning time of 33.36. Gabriella Pittman was second in 34.57, and Allison Shearer finished third in a time of 37.48. The 13-14 boys 50-meter backstroke A final was won by Jack Harvey, who clocked a winning time of 31.61. Finn Mosley was second in 33.17, and Max McCrimmon was third in a time of 36.64. Jesse Washington won the boys 15 and over 50-meter butterfly A final, clocking a winning time of 26.84. Zebley Wakely was second in 28.80, and Joshua Thorne was third in 28.91. Rachel Barnes and Noah Brown are the 2018 Bermuda National Squash Champions. The My Bermuda House National Squash Championships came to an end on Friday evening at the Bermuda Squash Rackets Association Club, with Barnes winning her second title and Brown picking up his first. Brown defeated the defending champion Micah Franklin in a 5-game battle, coming from 2-1 down to win 11-7, 4-11, 4-11, 11-6, 11-9. Barnes defeated Laura Robinson in a 4-game battle 11-7, 4-11, 11-3, 11-5. Chase Smith and Christine Daly are the 2018 Swans Sir Stanley Burgess 5K male and female champions. Smith clocked a winning time of 15:58. Dennis Ambalenzi was second in 17:29, and Christopher Harris was third in a time of 17:37. Daly was seventh overall with a time of 18:49. Gail Lindsay was the second female finisher and ninth overall in 19:05. Dion Burry was the third female finisher and 18th overall in a time of 21:02. 4 St. Augustine University student athletes, including Shaquille Deal, were honored during the Central Intercollegiate Athletic Association Outdoor Track and Field Award ceremony. Deal was named the division's Runner of the Year. It was another day and another Northeast 10 conference title for Dage Miners and his Franklin Pierce University men's track and field team at the second and final day of the Northeast 10 championships. Miners was a member of the Franklin Pierce 4x400 meter relay squad that successfully defended its crown from a year ago, clocking a winning time of 3:15:63, which also established a new school record. The win marked the 21st career Northeast title for Miners. Jillian Teixeira and Tyler Lopes competed in the De Pauwberg International Horse Jumping event in the Netherlands. Teixeira, competing in the 1.25 meter in two phases Class Z, finished third riding junior. The pair clocked a clear first phase time of 37:51 before clocking a clear second phase time of 31:82. Lopes and Ascalada finished 67th. They clocked a first phase time of 40:43, but they had 4 penalty full points. They then clocked a clear second phase time of 39:18. The Cubs continued their winning ways at Kinley Field as the YAO Baseball Babe Ruth Division season continued, picking up a 13-7 win over the Nationals. In Cal Ripken 10-year-old to 12-year-old division, Island Glass Yankees defeated the Gorham Giants 16-6. Portofino Nationals and Teixeira North Shore Orioles drew 9-9, while the Horty-Tac A's defeated the W.J. Boyle Cubs 22-1. In the 8 to 9-year-olds Rookie Major League Division, the Teixeira North Shore Orioles went down 5-4 to the W.J. Boyle Cubs. The Gorham Giants defeated the Horty-Tac A's 4-3, and the Portofino Nationals got by the Island Glass Yankees 4-2. Nicholas Pilgrim and Caleb Ingham competed in the Youth Elite East Coast Triathlon Festival in Richmond, Virginia yesterday. Both competed in the Youth Elite Male Division. Pilgrim finished 4th, clocking an overall time of 29:55, while Ingham finished 23rd, stopping the clock in 32:06. I'm Earl Baisden with Bermuda Broadcasting Sports.
Thanks, Earl. Still to come, a cake fit for a queen. Well, a prince and his bride, anyway. We'll be hearing from the royal cake maker ahead of the wedding of Harry and Meghan Markle. Stay with us.
Welcome to Furniture Walk. At Furniture Walk, we have one of the island's widest selections of top brand home furnishings, including Stearns & Foster, Craftmaster, Natuzzi, Universal, Bassett, and many more. Whether you're freshening up your living room or remodeling your entire home, we have all the brands and top quality furnishings you'll need. We also offer in-house financing. Can't find what you're looking for in store? No problem. We can special order it for you. Our website has an even larger selection of the world's best furniture. Stop by our Paget store and we'll be happy to help you get on your way to finding the perfect selection for your home or office. Furniture Walk, furnishing Bermuda's homes for over 30 years.
Are you looking to expand your customer base, increase sales, and be a part of the Island Community Events for 2018? Bermuda Broadcasting Company can make that happen.
Be a part of World Cup 2018, Bermuda Day Half Marathon, Bermuda Heroes Weekend, Cup Match Classic, and Eastern Counties Cricket.
Inquire about our new advertising opportunities, whether big or small. We will deliver. Come and see us at Fort Hill, Devonshire, or email us at sales@bbc.bm or send us a message on Facebook at Bermuda Broadcasting.
Well, the countdown is on to next Saturday's royal wedding of Britain's Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. And what's a wedding without a cake? It's been a tradition to serve royal wedding guests fruit cake, including the 9-foot-tall, 500-pound confection bake for Queen Elizabeth's 1947 nuptials. But Harry and Meghan are breaking the mold.
When a member of the royal family gets married, every announcement makes news, including who's baking the wedding cake. After Prince Harry and Los Angeles native Meghan Markle selected Claire Patak, the news rippled across the pond. with Newsweek asking, who is Claire Patak?
It's like a sandbox.
It's like a cinnamon sandbox.
When we first met Patak in 2015, the American baker was a rising star in London. 2.5 years later, she's become baking royalty. Kensington Palace tweeted the news back in March, saying Prince Harry and Ms. Markle have asked Claire to create a lemon elderflower cake that will incorporate the bright flavors of spring.
My first love was baking.
How did that happen?
Well, my mother's a great baker, my grandmother's a great baker, and where I grew up in Inverness, which is just north of San Francisco, it's rural, and we had wild blackberries and apple trees, and so there was a lot of emphasis on baking with fruit that was in season.
Patak spent 3 years as a pastry chef for Alice Waters at Chez Panisse in Berkeley, California. She then moved to London to be with her boyfriend, now husband.
This was like, okay, I just came from something really great. I've got to make this really great, otherwise I'm going to be totally depressed.
So she set up a stall in a weekend market in East London's Hackney neighborhood, baking everything in her home kitchen.
I realized, it was kind of taking over our lives.
And what made you take that leap to open the bakery?
I think my husband was just like, get out of the house. Like, this is not okay.
She opened her bake shop, Violet, in 2010. Her unique recipes and fresh ingredients would catch the eye of London elite like Nigella Lawson, Jamie Oliver, and apparently a prince from London and future Duchess from Hollywood.
And that's our newscast for this Monday evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Diane Brewer. Good night.